Hello dear students, welcome to the study of this unit number 2. In this unit we will continue reviewing some of the characteristics of CLIL and CBI methods. Let's start. The competency of this unit is to develop activities and strategies for the applicability of CLIL and CBI methods in the teaching and learning of the English language. In this second unit, we will begin by examining what CBI is, offering its main definition and describing some CLIL predecessors also. So let's start by defining what CBI is. CBI stands for Content-Based Instruction, and which is seen as a means of developing linguistic ability. It is highly connected to project work, task-based learning, and a holistic approach to language instruction. A CBI lesson focuses on the subject matter and the subject and the student's goal lays on learning about something. It means learning about the content. The topic could be anything that calls the learner's attention. This could be from varying topics that, for example, science experiments, to some more simple topics like their favorite movie actor or even local news of general interest. Students learn about the subject using language and vocabulary they are interested in learning, rather than their first language. As a consequence, they develop linguistic ability in the target language. And this way of learning is seen as a more natural way. This is because language is developed just the way we learned our mother tongue. There are different studies into North American bilingual education indicate that the success of these programs is related to the linguistic, subject content, cognitive, and attitudinal levels. To begin with, we can say that children in immersion programs acquire impressive amounts of the second language. They accomplish more native-like levels of language 2 competence, and they also develop much higher levels of proficiency than non-immersion students. They also perform acceptably in the subject matter taught in the second language, assimilating this knowledge at the same high level as monolingual control groups. The children's cognitive growth is furthermore not reduced, providing cognitive advantages for bilingual learners, and the attitudes they harbor towards the language 2 and its native speakers are highly positive. However, less positive results have surfaced for productive skills, especially speaking skills, which are achieved at lower levels of performance than receptive skills. Additional weaknesses have been diagnosed for grammatical competence and vocabulary knowledge also. This suggests that the experimental learning approaches need to be balanced with more analytical approaches and that focus on form also. CLIL is considered to be a descendant of Canadian immersion programs and North American bilingual teaching models. These are the content-based instruction or CBI. Both Canada and the United States have an extensive and well-acknowledged tradition of bilingual education, dating back from the late 50s, when the impact of French immersion began to be investigated in the English-speaking community in Montreal. Many authors distinguish between different characteristics between content and language learning and its predecessors. CLIL is considered the European label for bilingual education. The aspects that differentiate it from immersion are considered to be the following. The language of instruction in the first case holds a central place. The language of instruction in CLIL is generally not present in the student's context. CLIL teachers in general display a reduced command of the language of instruction. They do not need to be native-like as in immersion settings. The age of onset or the starting age of language learning tends to be pushed back in CLIL context, which involves a lower amount of exposure to the target language in this type of program. The teaching materials tend to be adapted or originally designed. Regarding the language objectives, CLIL aims at achieving a functional competence. So it means students needed to socialize in social environments also. Finally, there is a greater absence of immigrant students within CLIL programs as compared to immersion programs in which immigrant learners are the majority of the group. And this is about this part of the second unit. Please don't forget to check the information posted on the platform and get all the information shared in the platform, and also share through the different opinions of your classmates posted in the forum. So dear students, this brings us to the end of the unit number 2. Thank you very much for watching this video, and see you in the next opportunity. Take care.